Commander Elena Morales stood on the bridge of the SS Horizon, staring at the stars. Earth had finally joined the Intergalactic Alliance, but tonight, the galaxy felt colder than she had imagined. The communications console hummed softly, and the holographic display flickered with dozens of approaching ships. They were massive black vessels, unlike anything in the Alliance database. "Commander, sensors confirm it," said Lieutenant Jarek Voss, his fingers flying across the console. A blockade. And it's huge. Larger than any known fleet in Alliance records. Elena felt her chest tighten. She had trained for moments like this, but training could never prepare a person for seeing the universe close its doors to her. Home. "How many?" she asked, her voice steady but low. "Too many to count," Jarek replied. "And they're positioning around the Sol system. They're preventing Earth from leaving." The bridge grew silent. Ambassador Lyrix, a Glorvan with 6 silver-tipped arms, hovered near Elena. His multiple eyes narrowed, giving a shimmer that felt like judgment. "Humans," he hissed. "You are too late. Your world will remain trapped. It is inevitable." Elena clenched her fists. "We'll see about that." The word was more than defiance. It was promise. Behind her, the crew of the Horizon adjusted, their faces tight with worry, but also with determination. "Commander," said Ensign Talia Noor, her braids swinging as she leaned over the navigation console, "the enemy ships are scanning us. They react to every movement we make, almost like they're alive." Jarek nodded. "Energy readings are strange. Pulses, waves, patterns. It's not just technology. It's something else. Something intelligent." Elena's mind raced. The humans had always thrived when others underestimated them. The galaxy didn't know what humans could do. They had faced the void itself, survived black hole storms, asteroid belts, radiation bursts, and still endured. Now they were Earth's last chance. "Prepare drones," she said. "I want eyes everywhere. Every vessel, every anomaly. We move carefully, but we move fast." The floating drones hummed into the void, scanning the black blockade. The holographic screens flickered with real-time images of the enemy ships. They were angular, dark, almost skeletal, and their hulls shimmered like liquid metal. The Horizon was small in comparison, a fragile human vessel in the vast shadow of the unknown. Ambassador Lyrix's 6 arms clicked impatiently. "Humans, do you truly think you can succeed? You are too small, too new. Retreat now, or perish." Elena did not answer. She knew retreat meant surrender. She had not come this far to watch Earth remain locked in its cradle. "Commander," Talia whispered, "their formations, they're shifting, calculating. We're being probed." Elena's eyes narrowed. "Then we adapt. Humans survive by thinking, by seeing what others cannot. We do not panic. We calculate. We strike. We endure." The first pulse came without warning. A ripple in space bending light around the horizon. The bridge shuddered. Crew members grabbed consoles, their knuckles white. Outside, the stars seemed to warp, and the human ship rocked. "They're testing us," Elena said, voice calm despite the tremor. "They want to see how we react. Keep the ship steady. Repeat patterns. Observe. Learn." Jarek's fingers flew over the controls. "I've isolated a weak frequency. It's tiny, barely perceptible, but if we time a strike exactly, we might create a disruption in their formation." Elena smiled faintly. "Exactly. That's why humans survive. We see what others ignore. Prepare the targeting arrays. Synchronize the drones. We only get one chance." The crew moved like one organism. Every eye on the bridge followed her commands. Every hand performed its duty with precision. Fear was there, yes, but beneath it lay courage, stubborn and bright. Below, Earth spun silently in the darkness, unaware that its path to the stars was blocked. Elena thought of her brother, of cities full of people who believed the universe would welcome them, and she knew humans could not fail. Not now. The pulse came again. This time the bridge shivered, lights flickered, and alarms sang in eerie harmonics. The blockade's ships reacted instantly to the humans' every adjustment. It was like playing chess against a mind that could see through every move, but humans had something machines and aliens could not always anticipate: creativity, emotion, and unpredictability. Elena straightened. We'll find the moment they are weakest. Humans don't fight like others do. We improvise, we endure, and when the time comes, we strike, not with force alone, but with our minds, our instincts, and our courage. Ambassador Lyrics hissed again, a sound of disbelief. Your arrogance will destroy you. Elena's gaze did not waver. No, our courage will save us. And for the first time, even the alien in the room paused. The humans on the bridge were small, fragile, and inexperienced, yet in their eyes burned the spark of something the galaxy had never truly measured. It was stubbornness, ingenuity, and hope combined. The horizon edged forward into the blockade, tiny against the vast enemy fleet, but unbroken. The stars reflected off its hull, bright and defiant. Somewhere inside the pulse of the alien ships, the human's presence was registering, not just as a threat, but as something unexpected. Elena whispered to herself, almost softly, almost prayer-like. Let's show them what humans can do. And the galaxy held its breath. The SS Horizon drifted at the edge of the blockade, a fragile human ship facing a wall of darkness. Commander Elena Morales paced the bridge, her boots echoing, on the metal floor. Each alien vessel in the fleet before them seemed alive, a single mind observing, calculating, anticipating every human move. Lieutenant Jarek Voss rubbed his temples. Commander, we've mapped their energy pulses. They repeat in cycles. Every 3.7 seconds, the waves stabilize for a brief moment. If we time our strike, we could disrupt a section of the blockade. Elena's eyes lit up. Exactly. Small, precise. Not a frontal assault, but a surgical strike. Humans survive by seeing patterns others miss. That's our strength. From the corner, Ensign Talia Noor leaned over a console. It's risky. One miscalculation and we're toast. Even the Othari fleet won't get near without being shredded. Elena's jaw tightened. I know the risks, but sitting here, doing nothing, that's worse. Humans act when others hesitate. Ambassador Lyrics floated nearby, his 6 arms clicking impatiently. Do you truly think you can succeed, humans? Your ships are tiny, your weapons primitive. You face extinction if you fail. Elena met his gaze, steady and unwavering. We've faced extinction before. That's why we survive. Fear does not guide humans. Courage does. And our minds are sharper than you imagine, the Glorvan hissed, a sound like wind through metal. Bold words. Foolish even. The galaxy has never seen a species so reckless. The crew exchanged nervous glances. There was tension in the air, heavy as gravity. Yet beneath it all, there was unity. Every human knew their role. Every heartbeat matched the pulse of the ship. Commander, Jarek said, I've calculated a path through the outer defenses. It's narrow, but if we move with the drone's timing, we can slip past the first layer without detection. Elena nodded. Good. Ensign Noor, coordinate the drones. Map every inch of the approach. Everyone else double-check shields and weapons. We may need a quick response if they notice us. The drones whirred to life, small spheres of technology darting like fireflies against the black expanse. Each scanned the alien ship's hulls, their pulses, the tiniest fluctuations in energy. The blockade was vast, but no pattern was too complex. For the human crew, Lyrics' voice cut through the tense air. You are wasting time, humans. Every second is precious. You cannot possibly succeed. Elena smiled faintly, though her heart raced. We don't need to be perfect. We need to be unpredictable. The first maneuver began. The horizon adjusted its trajectory, gliding through the dark void with grace, every meter carefully calculated. Alien sensors flickered and shifted, responding to the human ship's movements, but the humans were always one step ahead. "Commander," Talia said, voice tight, "they're adapting. Sensors are focused directly on us now." Elena's eyes scanned the displays. "Then we split our focus. Deploy decoys. Make them chase shadows." Small holographic projectors flared to life, creating phantom ships that darted toward the enemy fleet. The alien vessels hesitated, scanning, firing harmless pulses into empty space. Human ingenuity at its finest. "Excellent," Jarek whispered, a rare smile tugging at his lips. "They don't expect this. They follow logic, but humans think outside their patterns." Elena felt a surge of pride, not arrogance, but confidence born from experience. Humans had always thrived where others relied on rules. Rules could be broken. Predictability could be turned against the predictable. Suddenly, a warning alarm blared. A pulse from the enemy fleet shifted, targeting the decoys, and then recalibrated toward the horizon. "Brace!" Elena shouted. The ship shuddered as alien energy grazed its hull. Sparks flew from consoles and the lights flickered, bathing the bridge in strobe-like shadows. Talia gritted her teeth. "We're exposed!" Elena's hand went to the comms. "Everyone, stay calm! Focus! Jarek, now!" With precision, Jarek released a counterwave through the drones, timing it perfectly with the alien fleet's energy cycle. A ripple spread across the blockade, small but enough to confuse the enemy sensors. Their formation wavered, giving the humans a critical window. Elena felt her pulse spike. "Forward! Now!" The horizon surged through the gap, the human crew holding their breath as every meter felt like a mile. The blockade's vessels adjusted. The SS Horizon slipped past the first layer of the alien blockade, but the relief on the bridge was short-lived. Commander Elena Morales knew the enemy was testing them, probing every move, and the real threat had yet to arrive. Lieutenant Jarek Voss tapped the console nervously. "Commander, sensors are picking up multiple fleet movements near Alliance colonies. They're attacking." Elena's stomach clenched. "Which colonies?" "Bastion 9, Ardelia Prime." "And they're moving fast," Jarek said, voice tight. "The colonies can't hold for long." Ambassador Lyrics floated close, his 6 eyes wide in surprise and unease. "You see, humans? Retreat was the wiser choice. Your world is too vulnerable. The galaxy will abandon you if you cannot defend yourselves." Elena's hands gripped the console. "No one abandons Earth on my watch. Humans adapt. We find solutions, where others only see walls." Talia Noor leaned over the navigation panel, her fingers moving quickly. "Commander, we can't reach the colonies in time with this ship alone. Even if we tried, we'd be overwhelmed." Elena turned sharply, eyes blazing. "Then we don't go in with brute force. We go in smart, divide their attention, disrupt their patterns, and give the colonies a chance. Jarek, can we use the blockade's energy pulses against them?" Jarek's face lit up. "Yes. If we trigger a disruption in the blockade's energy network, we can create temporary gaps in their fleet movements. It won't destroy them, but it can slow them just enough." Elena nodded. "Do it, and make it precise. Every second counts." The crew worked with mechanical precision, yet with human creativity that no algorithm could match. Drones zipped between alien vessels, emitting subtle pulses timed with the blockade's natural rhythm. The alien ships shuddered in response, their formations wobbling as the humans anticipated. Ambassador Lyrics clicked his claws in irritation. "Impossible. They are disrupting my fleet without even touching it." Elena did not answer. She had learned long ago that words meant nothing against action. Humans acted, and that often spoke louder than any alien rhetoric. As the blockade faltered, the Horizon launched smaller decoy drones to distract the fleet. The alien ships focused on the illusions, scanning and firing at shadows, while human ingenuity targeted weak points in their formation. "Look at that!" Talia exclaimed, pointing at the holographic display. "They're diverting half their energy to chase decoys. The colonies get more time." Jarek leaned back, breathing a little easier. "It's working, but it's still risky. One misstep, and the blockade will react violently." Elena's jaw tightened. "We won't. Humans learn from patterns. We adapt faster than any machine or alien mind. Trust in the crew." Outside, the stars stretched endlessly, dotted with black alien vessels. Yet inside the Horizon, a different kind of energy pulsed. Human determination, stubborn and unyielding. Fear was there, yes, but it did not paralyze them. It sharpened their minds, honed their instincts, and made them push harder. Suddenly, the comm system crackled. "Horizon! Retreat! Retreat now!" shouted a nearby Othari commander, his elongated limbs trembling. "You cannot win! We are outmatched! Abandon this mission!" Elena turned slowly, voice calm but resolute. "No, retreat isn't an option. We adapt, we survive, we fight smart. That's what humans do." Jarek frowned. "Commander, they may be right. If we push too far, we could be destroyed." Elena placed a hand on his shoulder. "And if we do nothing, Earth dies. Humans don't wait for safety. We create it." The Horizon surged forward, weaving between alien pulses and asteroid belts. The drones pulsed, creating disruptions that echoed through the blockade, slowing enemy ships just enough for Alliance colony reinforcements to mobilize. The human crew watched the screens as their plan unfolded, hearts hammering in unison. Talia's voice trembled with excitement. "Commander, it's working. The colonies have breathing room. The blockade is overextending." Elena smiled faintly, eyes fixed on the dark silhouettes of enemy ships. "Good. But the fight is far from over. This is just the first wave. The real challenge lies ahead." The blockade's alien fleet reacted, shifting formations with deadly speed. One of the Horizon's drones was hit, exploding silently in the void. Sparks danced across the console as the crew held their breath. "Don't panic," Elena said firmly. "Every loss teaches us something. Adapt and continue." Lyrix's voice was incredulous. "Humans, you are playing with death. Even your cleverness cannot undo the power of the fleet." Elena's gaze did not falter. "Power alone doesn't win. Strategy, creativity, and courage do. And humans have all three." Jarek tapped his console, sending a last wave of precise energy pulses. The blockade's outer layer faltered for a critical moment. In that instant, the colony's defense ships emerged, striking the enemy from unexpected angles. "Now!" Elena shouted. The Horizon darted between alien vessels, guiding reinforcements with precise navigation. Each move was calculated, each maneuver timed to the second. Humans were small, yes, but unpredictability was their weapon. As the first wave of attacks subsided, the crew exhaled collectively. The colonies were saved for now. The blockade remained, still menacing and overwhelming, but humans had carved a crack through its armor. Talia turned to Elena, her eyes shining. "Commander, we did it. We actually slowed them down." Elena placed a hand on the console, feeling the rhythm of her crew and the ship. "We survived because we adapted, because we refused to give in. The galaxy may underestimate humans, but that's exactly what gives us our edge." Lyrix clicked his claws again, this time in begrudging respect. "Perhaps humans are not as insignificant as I believed." Elena's lips curved into a small, knowing smile. "Not insignificant, unpredictable, resilient, and we're only getting started." The Horizon drifted through the stars, battered but unbroken. The alien fleet still loomed, the blockade still menacing, But humanity had made its first stand, and it had made a difference. Elena whispered to herself, a vow carried into the void. Earth will reach the stars, and we will never stop the Orcs. Galaxy watched silently as humans proved that courage, intelligence, and determination could bend even impossible odds. The SS Horizon floated in the void, surrounded by the massive black shapes of the alien blockade. Commander Elena Morales stared at the screens, studying every flicker of energy, every pulse in the enemy ships. They had slowed the blockade, given the colony's breathing room, but something still felt wrong. Lieutenant Jarek Voss adjusted the sensors. Commander, I've been analyzing the energy patterns. It's different, almost like the ships are connected, not just in formation, but thinking together, like a single mind. Elena leaned forward, eyes narrowing. A hive mind, not... Exactly, Jarek said slowly. It's more coordinated, adaptive. The pulses aren't random. They respond to everything we do. They learn. They anticipate. Ensign Talia Noor frowned. Are you saying it's alive? Elena ran a hand through her hair. Not biologically, but some intelligence is controlling it. And it's not the aliens themselves, it's something inside the ships. The bridge fell silent. Even Ambassador Lyrics, usually so quick with derision, appeared uneasy. His 6 arms clicked nervously. Humans, what are you suggesting? Elena's voice was calm, though her mind raced. I'm suggesting that the blockade is powered by something we don't understand, something that isn't just a weapon. It's a system, a network. And if we can find its core, we might have a chance. Jarek's eyes widened. You mean it could be an AI? Something ancient controlling the fleet? Yes, Elena said. And if it's adaptive, that explains why the alien enemies rely on it so heavily. They follow its guidance, but they cannot control it fully. Talia's fingers danced over the navigation console. If it's an AI, we need to understand its patterns, learn how it thinks. Otherwise, any attack could trigger total destruction. Elena nodded. Exactly. Humans have a unique advantage here. We can think outside rigid patterns. We can improvise. The AI expects logic. But humans are unpredictable. Lyrics hissed. Do you truly believe your fragile minds can outwit such intelligence? Elena met his gaze, steady and unflinching. We don't just believe it, we know it. Every challenge we've faced in space, every impossible situation, humans survive by being unpredictable. That's why we are here. That's why we are dangerous. The Horizon moved closer to the nearest alien vessel, careful to remain hidden within the shadows of floating asteroids. Drones zipped ahead, scanning the massive hulls. Their pulses bounced back, revealing patterns in the energy fields that seemed almost musical, like the heartbeat of the AI itself. Jarek's fingers flew over the console. Commander, look at this. Every energy pulse repeats in cycles. There's a rhythm. If we can synchronize with it, maybe we can access its control network. Elena's pulse quickened. Then we find that rhythm. We become part of it. We don't fight blindly. We think, adapt, and strike at the precise moment. Humanity isn't the strongest, not yet, but we can be the smartest. Talia's voice trembled with excitement. I've never seen anything like this. It's beautiful almost, like it's alive in ways we can't even imagine. Elena smiled faintly. That's exactly why humans are needed. We see beauty and complexity where others see only numbers and rules. That's how we survive and win. The horizon edged closer, weaving carefully through asteroid shadows. The AI network pulsed in response, sensing the humans' presence, reacting to their drones, adjusting the alien fleet like pieces on a cosmic chessboard. Suddenly, the screens flicky. The SS Horizon hovered near the edge of the blockade, surrounded by alien ships still pulsing with the rhythm of the mysterious AI. Commander Elena Morales studied the holographic displays, her mind racing. They had found the key, the AI's rhythm. But to make a meaningful strike, they needed allies. Not just humans, but the Alliance itself. Lieutenant Jarek Voss tapped the console nervously. Commander, I've sent signals to the Othari fleet and the Glorvans. I explained our findings about the AI network, but they're skeptical. Most refuse to act without direct orders from Alliance command. Elena's lips pressed together. Then we go to them ourselves. Humans don't wait for permission when lives are at stake. Talia, prepare the comms. I'll speak to them. Ensign Talia Noor's fingers danced over the console, sending a carefully encrypted message to the alien fleets. Moments later, holographic projections flickered to life across the bridge. Othari commanders, Glorvan strategists, even some quieter alien diplomats. Their expressions were cautious, doubtful. Elena squared her shoulders. Listen, the blockade is not just a fleet. It's controlled by an adaptive intelligence. Weapons alone will not win this battle. We've found a way to use that intelligence against itself. But we cannot do it alone. We need every capable ship, every mind willing to act. Lyrix's 6 silver arms twitched, a sign of agitation. Humans, why should we follow you? You are new. Your fleet is tiny. The AI will destroy any who interfere. Elena met his gaze steadily. Because unlike others, humans can understand it. We've studied its rhythm. We've seen how it adapts and how it can be outsmarted. We are the key, but you can make the difference. Together we can save the colonies and break this blockade. The room fell silent. Even Jarek held his breath, waiting for the reaction. Finally, an Othari commander spoke, his long limbs twitching in hesitation. You propose we risk our fleets on the word of humans? Yes, Elena said simply. Risk is necessary. Without it, our worlds die. Talia leaned closer to Elena. Commander, they're listening. Some of them. Lyrix's multiple eyes blinked slowly, calculating. Humans? Your audacity is unusual, but perhaps effective. Elena allowed herself a small nod. Then act. Let's combine our fleets, coordinate our strikes. The AI may control the blockade, but it cannot control our minds. It cannot predict creativity, and it cannot measure courage. Across the stars, alien ships shifted hesitantly, aligning with the humans. For the first time, species that had once doubted humanity now followed their lead. A fragile alliance formed, held together by necessity, and by the humans' refusal to back down. Jarek's voice was quiet but full of awe. Commander, it's working. They're joining us. Elena exhaled slowly. Good. Now we move. Precision and timing are everything. Each fleet will attack a section of the blockade simultaneously. Drones will pulse through the AI network, disrupting communications. Humans will guide the operation, not with force, but with strategy. Talia adjusted the drone array. I've synchronized the pulses with the AI's rhythm. When the fleets strike, the network will temporarily miscalculate. The blockade will falter, just enough for us to break through. Elena's gaze swept across the bridge, taking in her crew. Every hand, every mind, every heartbeat was part of this plan. Humans were small, yes, but the galaxy had underestimated them for the last time. Lyrix hissed softly. Humans, you gamble with everything. Even now, the risk is immense. Elena smiled faintly. Yes, but we also gain more than others could imagine. Survival, yes, but respect, unity, the knowledge that humans are capable of more than anyone expects. The fleets moved into position. The alien ships, once skeptical, now mirrored the humans' calculated steps, hesitant but precise. The AI pulses rippled through the blockade, sensing the coordinated fleets. Its patterns shifted, but the human crew anticipated every reaction, adjusting pulses in real time. Talia's voice was tense. "Commander, the AI is reacting. It's trying to recalibrate its network, but our timing, it's disrupting its logic. The blockade's formation is unstable." Elena's eyes glimmered. "Good. Keep it going. Focus on disruption, not destruction. Let the AI falter on its own logic." Across the holographic display, alien vessels adjusted and moved in synchrony with the humans' commands. What had once been a fractured alliance was now a coordinated force, proving that unity could overcome even overwhelming odds. Lyrix's arms clicked in disbelief. I did not expect humans to inspire cooperation across species." Elena's lips curved into a faint smile. "We've always done more with less. Creativity, courage, and determination, those are our weapons. The galaxy has yet to learn their full strength." The first pulse of the combined fleet surged forward, drones pulsing in perfect rhythm with the AI. The blockade shuddered, alien ships wobbling as their control network faltered. Humans and their new allies pressed forward. "Precise, daring, and unstoppable," Talia whispered, almost in awe. "Commander, it's working. The blockade, it's breaking." Elena's eyes shone with pride and determination. "This is just the beginning. Humans lead, the galaxy follows, and together, nothing can stop us." For the first time, even the most skeptical aliens began to respect humanity, not for size, not for firepower, but for intelligence, creativity, and the unyielding courage to act when all hope seemed lost. The horizon led the charge, small but radiant in the void. The human crew had taken the first step toward turning the tide, proving that unity, ingenuity, and bravery could overcome even the deadliest challenge. Elena whispered to herself as the blockade trembled before them. "Humans survive. We endure, and we will show the galaxy what that truly means." The stars watched silently as the humans and their allies struck together, an alliance born of hope, courage, and the stubborn brilliance of humanity. The SS Horizon surged forward, cutting through the void like a comet of human determination. Commander Elena Morales gripped the console, her eyes fixed on the holographic display of the alien blockade. The combined alliance fleets followed cautiously, trusting the humans' plan, but still hesitant. Lieutenant Jarek Voss leaned close to Elena, his fingers flying over the controls. "Commander, we've synchronized all drone pulses. Every vessel in the blockade's network is reacting, but the AI is adapting faster than before. We have one shot at the core. Miss it and—" He trailed off, the unspoken consequence hanging in the air. Elena didn't flinch. "We won't miss. Humanity survives because we see patterns others cannot. The AI expects logic. It cannot predict human intuition." Ensign Talia Noor's braid swung as she worked the drone array. "Commander, the path to the AI core is narrow, dangerous. We'll be exposed to concentrated energy waves from the blockade. One hit, and the drones and ships could be destroyed." Elena's lips pressed together. "Then we move faster. Precision and courage will guide us." She turned to Ambassador Lyrix, who hovered nearby, 6 silver arms twitching nervously. "This is the moment. We lead, not because we're the strongest, but because we're the smartest." Lyrix hissed softly. "Humans, always reckless." "Yes," Elena replied calmly, "but that recklessness comes with calculation, intuition, and hope. Watch closely." The fleets moved into position. The alien ships shuddered as the drones pulsed in their network rhythm, subtly disrupting the AI's calculations. Energy ripples coursed through the blockade, bending and twisting like invisible waves of light. The AI tried to adapt, but humans were already anticipating each response, shifting their strategy in real time. Jarek's voice tightened. Commander, we're approaching the core zone. The AI's central hub should be here. Somewhere in this cluster. Its energy pulses are strongest. Sensors are unstable. Elena nodded. Good. Unstable means we have leverage. Focus the pulses, and we'll guide it. Humans survive by understanding the unseen. That's what we do now. The horizon darted between alien vessels, the fleet following in careful synchrony. Energy. Waves from the AI struck, shaking the ship, throwing consoles and displays into chaos. Sparks flew, alarms screamed, and the crew's hearts raced. Talia's hands moved with speed and precision. Commander, shields at 70%. We can hold, but only if we maintain rhythm with the AI. Elena's gaze was fixed, her voice steady. Maintain focus. This is not just a battle. It's a dance. Every move counts. Humanity survives because we can dance where others stumble. The drones reached the heart of the blockade's network, their pulses timed perfectly, with the AI's own energy rhythm. The alien fleet outside responded instinctively, firing, adjusting, trying to compensate, but the humans were already one step ahead. Jarek's fingers flew over the controls. Core identified, small but dense. If we channel the pulses now, we can temporarily redirect control. The blockade won't be destroyed. It will falter. The colonies, the path to the stars. Elena's eyes sparkled. Do it, all at once, no hesitation. The bridge hummed with tension. Every heartbeat, every breath, every calculation mattered. The AI pulsed, and for a moment, it seemed almost to understand the human's intentions. Then the drones released the synchronized energy wave. The blockade shivered. Alien vessels wobbled. Systems flickered, and energy shields strained under the invisible force. The AI core's pulses fluctuated wildly, its network faltering. Talia gasped. Commander, it's working. The core is destabilized. Elena smiled faintly. Keep it steady. Guide it. We are humanity. Unpredictable, relentless, ingenious. And we do not fail when everything depends. The void ahead was filled with shattered remnants of the blockade. Alien vessels floated erratically, their energy shields flickering. Commander Elena Morales guided the SS Horizon through the chaos, her hands steady on the controls, though her heart pounded with every pulse from the crippled AI. Lieutenant Jarek Voss scanned the energy readings. Commander, the AI is still active. It's weak, but it's trying to rebuild control. Any misstep now could undo everything. Elena's jaw tightened. Then we stay precise. Every move counts. Humans survive by thinking, adapting, and daring where others hesitate. That's what we do now. Ensign Talia Noor adjusted the drone array. The colonies are still at risk. Bastion 9 reports heavy energy surges from remaining blockade ships. They can't hold for long. Elena's eyes narrowed. Then we give them hope. We guide the fleet. We make every second matter. The alien allies hesitated, sensing the AI's lingering influence. Lyrix's 6 arms clicked nervously. Humans, even now you place us in jeopardy. Yes, Elena admitted calmly, but we also place ourselves in opportunity. The galaxy remembers those who act, not those who wait. Jarek leaned closer. Commander, if we push the drones too far, the AI could overload them. We'd lose communication with the fleet. Elena's gaze swept the bridge, taking in the determination of her crew. Then we do it anyway. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is action in spite of it. Humans act. That is our strength. The horizon surged forward, weaving through energy pulses and debris. Drones followed, pulsing in the AI's disrupted rhythm. The fleet moved cautiously behind, inspired by the humans' fearlessness. Talia's voice trembled slightly. Commander, the colonies are responding. Their defenses are holding just long enough. We can guide reinforcements. Elena allowed herself a small smile. Good. Humans survive because we act when others hesitate. Now, we lead. The AI's pulses grew erratic, flickering like lightning across a stormy sky. It was still alive, still calculating, but every human input, every drone pulse, every Alliance ship's maneuver threw it further off balance. Jarek whispered, "Commander, the AI is panicking. Its logic is breaking down." Elena's eyes shone. "Then we push it further. The blockade may be massive, but its mind is not infinite. We have creativity, courage, and determination. That's more than enough." Suddenly, a surge of energy slammed against the horizon, shaking consoles and sending sparks into the air. Alarms screamed as the ship lurched violently. "Brace!" Elena shouted. The crew held tight as shields absorbed the impact. Talia's fingers flew over the controls. "We're holding, just barely," Lyrics hissed, a mixture of fear and admiration. "Humans, extraordinary, reckless, but extraordinary." Elena gritted her teeth. "We survive because we dare." "We survive because we adapt. We survive because we are human." The drones reached the final core cluster. Their pulses, synchronized perfectly with the AI's disrupted network, began to override remaining control systems. Alien ships wavered, some firing at nothing, others drifting helplessly. Talia gasped. "Commander, it's working. The AI core is faltering." Elena's voice was steady, confident. "Hold the line. Guide the fleets. Humans survive because we combine courage with intelligence. That's what we do now." The Alliance fleets surged through the gaps, striking precise blows at isolated enemy ships. Bastion 9's defenses flared brilliantly, holding off remaining energy surges. Ardelia Prime's reinforcements arrived, coordinating with human guidance. Jarek exhaled slowly. "Commander, it's over. The blockade's AI network is collapsing. Ships are drifting, uncoordinated. The path to the colonies is clear." Elena's lips curved into a proud smile. "Yes, humans survive, we endure, and we guide others through the impossible." Yet even as relief settled, a subtle pulse flickered on the sensors, a final desperate attempt by the AI to regain control. Energy, concentrated at one point, threatening to explode and damage the colonies. Talia's eyes widened. "Commander, the AI's last move. It's trying one final strike." Elena's gaze hardened. "Then we finish this. Humanity survives not because we wait for safety, but because we act. Jarek, Talia, now, synchronize drones. Redirect its energy away from the colonies. Every second counts." The horizon moved into position, drones pulsing in perfect unison with the AI's residual rhythm. The energy surged, twisted, and then, guided by human ingenuity, was channeled harmlessly into space. The final threat was neutralized. Lyrix's eyes blinked slowly. "Humans, I underestimated you. Never again." Elena allowed herself a small, quiet smile. "You're not the only one. The galaxy will learn." Outside the ship, the stars stretched endlessly. The blockade lay shattered, alien ships disabled, the colonies safe. Humans had survived against impossible odds, not through raw strength, but through courage, intelligence, and ingenuity. Talia whispered, almost in awe, "Commander, we did it. We saved them." Elena placed a hand on her console, feeling the rhythm of her crew and the heartbeat of the human spirit. "Yes, and this is only the beginning. Humans endure. We act, we survive, and we will reach the stars." The galaxy watched silently as a small human ship led the way through the remnants of the blockade. The human crew had turned the impossible into reality, showing that resilience, creativity, and courage were a force the universe could not ignore. Jarek leaned back, exhausted but triumphant. Commander, I think the galaxy just learned what humans are capable of. Elena nodded, eyes on the endless void. Yes, and they will never forget it. The shattered remnants of the blockade drifted silently through the void. Black, ships listing, flickering with dying energy. The SS Horizon hovered in the center, small but radiant, a beacon of human courage. Commander Elena Morales watched the display screens, her eyes sharp, her heart steady. The colonies were safe. The AI that had once seemed unstoppable was now reduced to faint pulses, weak and disoriented. Lieutenant Jarek Voss ran a final diagnostic. Commander, the AI network is collapsing. It's no longer coordinating the fleet. Every ship outside is drifting. We actually did it. Elena allowed herself a small smile, but her gaze remained focused. We did it because we understood it, Jarek. Because humans can see patterns, adapt instantly, and act when others freeze. Strength alone does not win. Intelligence, courage, and unpredictability do. Ensign Talia Noor leaned over the console, a grin spreading across her face. Commander, the colonies are cheering. Communications are coming through. Bastion 9, Ardelia Prime, they survived. Humanity saved them. Lyrics floated near, arms twitching in disbelief and admiration. I underestimated humans. Not again. Your species, you are remarkable. Elena's eyes softened, but her voice remained firm. Remarkable isn't about power or size. It's about refusing to give up, refusing to wait for others to lead. Humanity survives because we act when others hesitate. That is our strength. Outside the horizon, the Alliance fleets adjusted formation. Alien ships, once skeptical, now mirrored human precision. Cooperation flowed across species lines, inspired by the humans' fearlessness and ingenuity. The galaxy had witnessed a small crew of humans guide an entire interstellar fleet through impossible odds, and they had succeeded. Jarek leaned back in awe. Commander, I never thought we'd see the AI outsmarted. It adapted faster than anything else in the galaxy, and yet humans adapted faster than it. Elena nodded. Yes, the AI expected logic, it expected patterns, but it did not expect unpredictability, creativity, and courage. That is why humans endure. That is why Earth will reach the stars. Talia's eyes shimmered with wonder. Commander, it feels incredible. Like the universe itself is acknowledging what we just did. Elena smiled faintly. It's not the universe, Talia. It's humanity, our ingenuity, our courage, our refusal to give up. That's what echoes across the stars. For a moment, the bridge was silent. Each crew member lost in thought, hearts swelling with pride and relief. Then the comm system crackled. Commander Morales, a Glorvan fleet admiral, spoke, voice trembling with emotion. Your species has changed the course of this battle. The colonies are safe. The blockade is broken. We owe humanity our gratitude. Elena's eyes met the crew. We did this together. Humans led, but every ship, every mind, every heart mattered. Courage multiplies when shared. Remember that. Lyrix's multiple eyes glinted with respect. Perhaps humans are the key to the galaxy's future. Elena's gaze turned toward the stars, endless, infinite, and full of promise. We're just getting started. Humanity survives because we dare. We endure because we act, and we thrive because we refuse to let fear dictate our choices. A final pulse flickered faintly from the AI network, as if it had one last thought, one last attempt. But the humans had already anticipated it. Drones pulsed one last time, redirecting energy harmlessly into the void. The AI fell silent. The blockade had been outsmarted, not destroyed. And the galaxy would remember that lesson for eons. Jarek exhaled slowly. Commander, we did it. Earth is safe. The path is clear. The galaxy, it sees us now. Elena's lips curved into a confident, quiet smile. Yes, Jarek, and they will never underestimate humans again. The horizon glided past the crippled blockade, the human crew standing firm, proud, and alive. The alien fleets followed, inspired and coordinated for the first time by human guidance. The colonies below were safe, and a path to the stars had been carved, not by firepower alone, but by courage, ingenuity, and the unyielding human spirit, Ta.